So now I'll be telling you about the design of cantilever beam. As we have done the simply supported beam, it is very similar to it. Only thing will the few formulas will be changing. We'll see what all its difference and we'll substitute it. We'll see one by one. So here is the problem. Design a cantilever beam of span 3.25 meters. Service load is 15 kN per meter. Use M20 grade of concrete and Fe415 grade steel. Sketch the reinforcements. Here they have given the clear span as 3.25 meters and then service load as 15 kN per meter, and grade of concrete and grade of steel is given. We need to sketch the reinforcements, that is detailing we need to do. Now write down all the given data. With this we'll calculate the dimensions, length, breadth and depth of the beam. So for that we are using the span divided by 7. So if you go with the code book in page number 37, you will have the one table that has in the clause number 23.2.1.1. The table is majorly depends on the deflection. If you want to resist the beam with a deflection, you can use this constants for the L by D ratio. L is length, D is the depth. Okay, the L by D ratio within the span of 10 meters. Okay, if the within the span of 10 meters, the cantilever you can design it for 7, constant 7. L by D as 7. So here we want depth. So L by D is equal to 7. So if you cross it, you will get this equation, so that you will get the value. Substituted, you will get the value. I'll round off to the next whole number, that is 500. I'll provide D as 500. Overall depth will be effective depth plus the D dash. D dash is effective cover. Effective cover I will assume it as 50, so that you will get 550 as the overall depth. So to calculate the width of the beam, you can go with 1 by third, 2 by third of the D. So if you substitute it, you will get two values. It should be between these two, so that I have taken 250. Okay, between these two. So I have taken the whole number between these two as 250. You can take anything. You can take 200, you can take 300, 250, anything you can take. So I have taken this one. Okay, this is my final dimension of the beam. So with this we'll calculate the effective span as the next step. So here is the formula. Because it is a cantilever, you will have only one side. This thing bearing is not mentioned here, so we will not use that equation. So clear span plus D divided by 2. D divided by 2 because we are using the cantilever beam where the one end is free and another end is fixed. Only one end is fixed, so we'll use the D divided by 2. So you will get the effective span. So next step is load calculation. As you all know this, the same as your previous problem. We need to calculate the self weight, and the live load is given in the question. To calculate the self weight, it will be B into D into density. So it should be substituted in meters because the rho is in kilonewton per meter square. So that you will get this answer. So add these two, you will get this. Fine. Next, 1.5 is the factor of safety because it is a service load. So if you multiply with 1.5, that means it will become a factored load. Service load has to be multiplied with 1.5 as the factor of safety. So now you will get this. So that is the load, factored load. With this we'll calculate what is the moment coming on the structure with the particular loading. So here is the formula change, what I told you, specified very first, this one. So in the simply supported, we used to take WL square by 8. So in the it is a cantilever, so we'll use WL square by 2. Okay, so that you will get this moment. Substitute everything, everything, the load, everything, so that you will get the moment. Okay, so now we have taken the depth with some constants 1 by 3 and 2 by 3, something like that. So we need to check whether the moment, this moment can be taken up by that particular depth or not. For that we will use this equation. If you are using 415, the constant will be 0.138 FCK BD square. That will be the limiting equation. As you know this previously also we have used this equation. So here D is unknown. You need to make D as unknown, so that we are finding out the check for the depth. That is why. So whatever we have taken is for the moment we require 495.5 mm, but we have given 500, so it is safe. If it is not safe here, you need to go back to the very first step where we have calculated the depth, small d. There you need to take the more depth and recalculate it again. Okay, you need to recalculate it from the depth. Again, you need to calculate the loading, moment, everything. Next comes calculation of the main reinforcements. So here you can to calculate it, we need to know whether the section is under reinforced or over reinforced or the balance section. So for that we need to go with a check. So mu limiting equation and mu you need to check it. So here we are using the same equation we have used above. So here we need to substitute d as 500. So now you will get 172.5. So limiting value is 172.5. What is the moment we got? So that is 169, right? 169. So we need to compare with the limiting value to the moment whatever we have got. Limiting should be always greater than the whatever the moment we have got. So it is under reinforced section. At least it should be nearer by to it. We cannot give more than this. That will be an over reinforced, and we need to redesign the section. As we are dealing with the under reinforced section, we can use this equation. This equation you will get it in the code book in page number 96. Here you have page number 96. Here you have it is an annex G. So it is, if you are using with the under reinforced section, you need to use this. Balance section, you need to use this. If it is an over reinforced section, you need to redesign the section. Okay. So under reinforced section we are designing. So we will use this equation. In the whole equation, AST will be unknown. We will calculate the area of steel in the tension side. Same thing here, we have substituted. We know what is Fy, Fc, K, AST is the unknown, B, D, everything we know. So we will substitute it, and moment also we calculated, so that only in the equation AST is the unknown. We will find out what is AST. So if you calculate this, you will get this answer. So now we'll find out the number of bars. Because we are designing the beams, we need to calculate the number of bars as a main reinforcement. So here is this, we need to assume the diameter depending upon the AST. So I have assumed 20 mm diameter. We need to calculate the area of 1 bar. So that is what it is, small AST, and capital AST is this one. So nearer to this we got 4 number of bars. As we have round off this value, area will increase, right? So we will have to calculate the area provided, so that you will get this. So we need to give a conclusion as 4 of 20 mm diameter. So we have come across with the AST everything. So now we will go with the design of shear reinforcements or check for shear. Okay, so as we know, WL by 2 is for simply supported. Here is WUL is for cantilever. This formula will change with respect to the simply supported. Second formula which is changing. All the formulas are similar and steps are also similar. Substitute it, 96.81, you will get it. So in table number 19, so if you see it here, you will get the tau C value. So to calculate the tau V, same previous page number 72, you have the equation VU by BD. Okay, so that you will get it in page number 72. Same equation I have used here. Tau V is the nominal shear stress. So that is from our design. Okay, so VU you know, BD everything you know, you will get it as 0.77 Newton per mm square. That means for our moment, for our shear force of 96, we are getting the stress as 0.77 Newton per mm square. Okay, so what our codal provision says, okay, we'll see that. So first we to codal provision is this table, right? So first we need to calculate 100 AST by BD because we wanted this one. Okay, this we have already given in the question is M20. Here you need to calculate 100 AST by BD. We want to calculate 100 AST. AST is nothing but whatever the AST provided is there, no? We calculated that AST you need to take here. So substitute it, you will get PT. You got PT as 1% here. For 1%, if you see here, for 1%, for M20 grade, it is 0.62, right? So now, so it says for our percentage of steel, it can resist only the stress of 0.62, but our designs require 0.77. So that means it cannot take up. So like normal reinforcements cannot take up. We need to give the extra reinforcements. But you need to compare these values with the maximum also. So the maximum is in the below table itself. This 2.8. Right, so now 2.8, if this value was more than 2.8, you need to redesign it. Now it is safe, right? So now we need to compare between tau V and tau C. So tau V is greater than tau C, shear reinforcements are required. We need to design for it. If tau V was lesser than tau C, you need to give the nominal reinforcements. So here is the calculation. So first we need to calculate how much the shear forces concrete can take up. So C represents, VU will represent shear force, C represents concrete. Tau C into BD will give you the shear force taken up by the concrete. Next, the total VU will take shear as well the concrete, both steel and concrete will take, right? So now S represents steel, C represents concrete, I told you. So VU is a shear force. So VU we know the concrete which is how much the concrete can take up the shear stresses, but how much the steel should take up, that if you calculate it, you will get this equation. So the equation is nothing but total VU, shear force VU, it should be taken up by steel as well with the concrete. So if you cross this one, you will get this equation. Next comes we need to calculate we know the forces now. Now we will have to calculate the stirrups, spacing of it. Here we will have to assume it depending on the force. So 2 leg of 8 mm diameter will be okay because force is very less. If it is more than 500 or something like that, take 4 legs or take more diameter here. So ASV need to, that is nothing but 1 diameter area into it is 2 legs, no? So it is 2. Okay, D we know, Fy we know, this we know, BU is now just now we calculated, it will be newtons. This is in kilonewton, convert into newtons so that you will get the spacing. To calculate the spacing, we have the 3 major checks here. One is the spacing what we calculated, that one. Second one is 0.75 times of D. Then comes 300. Whichever is least in these two, that should be the spacing. When you compare with these 3, 300 is the least one. So we need to give 300 mm as the spacing. So there will be a conclusion, that is 2 legs of 8 mm diameter at 300 mm center to center. Okay, so this will be the one step to the next step. We will have to give 300 mm and it is a 2-legged, okay, it is a 2-leg and diameter of this bar is 8 mm diameter. And column size is not mentioned, you can assume it. And this will be the main reinforcements, as it is different. Simply supported main reinforcement will come at the bottom. But when we talk about the cantilever, main reinforcement will be at the top. See, I'll show you now. So if this is a cantilever, here you have, and the load is applied here, it will move like this, right? So what happens here, this will be the compression, that means fibers will move towards, and this will be the tension. But what about simply supported structures? In the simply supported structures, if it is failing, it will be like this. So here you will have the tension and compression opposite, right? So now reinforcements, main reinforcement should be given in the tension side because concrete cannot take tension. That is why we are giving the reinforcements. That is why the main reinforcements in the cantilever beam, it will be at the top, main reinforcements. And here in the simply supported structures, bottom will be the main reinforcements. Am I clear with this? So with this, we'll go with the reinforcements. So we got it as 4 of 20 mm diameter. I am giving it the top because it is a cantilever, tension will be at the top. These two are the nominal reinforcements that is given to hold up the bars. So this is a nominal one. So that is a minimum one, 2 of 10 mm diameter. Just to hold the bars, we need to give that nominal reinforcements. And then you know the spacing, right? We calculated that one. 2 legs of diameter of it is 800 and spacing of that is 300. You need to give us 2 legs of 8 mm diameter at 300 mm to center. When you come to your sheets, you need to write this and you need to draw this. Okay, in the same sheet you can draw this. Okay, I hope you understood. Yes, thank you.